The Promise Hidden in Her Smile, Part 1. The rain had been falling since early morning, covering the city in a quiet gray silence. People hurried through the streets with umbrellas, trying to escape the weather, but Arav stood completely still on the old bridge. In his hand was a single white rose. His eyes remained fixed on the flowing river below. Exactly 1 year had passed since Mia left this world. To everyone around him, she was gone. To Arav, she was still everywhere. Every morning, he woke up expecting his phone to light up with her cheerful message. "Good morning, sleepyhead, don't forget to smile today." But the screen stayed dark. Every night, he listened to her old voice messages before sleeping. He couldn't bring himself to delete a single photo or text. His apartment had become a museum of memories. Her favorite books were still on the shelf. Her coffee mug remained on the kitchen table. Even the small plant she had bought together with him was still alive, growing slowly beside the window. Arav often wondered if memories could keep a person alive. Because sometimes, when the evening sunlight entered the room, he almost felt Mia sitting beside him, smiling the way she always had. 2 years earlier, Arav's life had been completely different. He worked as a young architect, spending most of his days drawing buildings that would one day become homes for strangers. His life followed the same routine every day. Work, home, sleep, repeat. He rarely smiled. He rarely spoke unless necessary. His friends often joked that he looked serious even while drinking coffee. Then one rainy afternoon, everything changed. He rushed into a small cafe to escape the rain. The cafe was almost empty. Only one seat remained. Across from it sat a young woman reading a novel while softly humming a song. She looked up, smiled warmly, and asked, "Would you like to sit here? Unless you're planning to stand in the rain forever." Arav laughed for the first time in weeks. "My name is Arav." She closed her book. "I'm Mia." Neither of them knew that a simple conversation over coffee would completely change both of their lives. Hours passed without either of them noticing. They talked about books, dreams, music, childhood memories, and places they wished to visit someday. When the cafe owner announced closing time, they looked outside and realized the rain had already stopped. Before leaving, Mia smiled. "Same coffee next Saturday." Arav nodded without hesitation. "I'll be here." And he was. Every Saturday became theirs. Sometimes they talked for hours. Sometimes they sat quietly, watching people outside the window. The silence between them never felt awkward. It felt peaceful. Weeks turned into months. One afternoon Mia took Arav to the city park. Children were flying colorful kites. She bought 2 small kites and handed one to him. "You know," she laughed, "grown-ups forget how to play. I've never been good at this." "Then today you'll learn." Within minutes, Arav's kite crashed into a tree. Mia laughed so hard that even strangers couldn't stop smiling. For the first time in years, Arav forgot about work, deadlines, and stress. He simply laughed with her. That evening, while watching the sunset, Mia quietly said, "Promise me something." "What?" "No matter what happens in life, never become a stranger to happiness." Arav smiled. "I promise." At that moment, he didn't realize how important that promise would become. Months later, their friendship had become something deeper. Without saying the words, both of them already knew. They had fallen in love. One winter evening, the city was decorated with thousands of tiny lights. Snow began falling softly. Arav looked at Mia and finally gathered the courage. "I don't know what tomorrow looks like." She looked into his eyes. "But I know I want you in it." Mia smiled with tears in her eyes. "I've been waiting for you to say that." For the first time, they held each other's hands. The world around them disappeared. Only their smiles remained. Neither of them knew that life was quietly preparing a test that would change everything forever.